I'll have to be honest with you. First thing I'm going to mention right up front is it's free. I like this service when it's free because, you know, you can tie up a lot of money in different services, and from experience I found out that sometimes you can pay a lot of money and you may not be getting that much out of it.
Good afternoon and welcome to GrainTV. It's September 18th, 2013. To my left is Logan Burgess and I'm Brock Schimbedo. We had a slightly positive day in Chicago today. Let's turn with a fire tip to see how we ended. Corn was up 2 1/4 cents, soybeans up 5 1/4 cents, wheat in Chicago up 3 1/2, and Kansas City wheat was up 2 1/4 cents as well. You know, Logan, we did have a little bit of a positive day for the grain markets. It was kind of two-sided for most of the trade, but once the dollar index started heading lower, we got a little bit of a boost of the grains.
Yeah, you know, the dollar index today really got hammered on, down over 1% just in today's action. Really what was driving that was news out from the Federal Reserve. Ben Bernanke and the other governors have decided to stay the course on their $85 billion per month bond buying program. And that weighs on the dollar index for two reasons. I mean, first of all, they're injecting $85 billion more dollars into the economy each month, so it mechanically devalues the dollar. But additionally, we saw a real flight today from safer assets like the dollar or treasuries into more risky assets like stocks and commodities. Take a look here at a daily dollar index chart. We're now at contract lows for the December contract, and you can see that today's move was quite dramatic. We really saw commodities such as crude oil supported by that today, up about $3 a barrel. But to be honest with you, the rally that we saw in the grains today wasn't really that substantial. It did help things go from negative to positive, but not a huge story there, and I think that's a little bit concerning just looking at this market.
You know, when the dollar index does move quite a bit sharply lower like we did see today, we also see that take hold in the export sales.
Right.
When our currency is devalued compared to the world currencies, our exports become a little bit more in higher demand. And, you know, one thing unrelated to the dollar index moving sharper, we did get some export sales announcements today. One important note was that China bought 1.93 million metric tons today. You know, that didn't really have a big effect on the market. That was kind of be expected. China is on their annual road tour through the Midwest currently. They did sign some papers yesterday for those export sales. So analysts and traders kind of were expecting this throughout the week. We just didn't know when it was going to happen, but we did know it was going to happen, a big sale. Another sale we saw today was 182,000 metric tons of soybeans going to an unknown destination. So we are seeing a little bit better export sales here over the last couple of days. And tomorrow we do get the export sales report. Analysts are expecting 500 to 650,000 metric tons for wheat, corn 450 to 650,000 metric tons, and soybeans 650 to 750,000 metric tons. And of course, we'll be tweeting those numbers once they do come across the news wires.
Yeah, you know, so certainly kind of an interesting day in terms of the grain market. We had a lot of movements in the outside markets, but the grains really didn't catch a big bid from that. I think it was good to see on soybeans. We found a little bit of strength here toward the bottom side of that range, but as we've been saying here for the last couple of days, that kind of area between 1348 and 1350 even there is going to be important to watch. You know, are we able to rebound to those highs, maybe take another run at $14, or are people worried about the flow of bullish sentiment entering this market? Right now it seems like the bears are in a little bit of control of this market. We'll have to see what tomorrow brings. Certainly that export sales report will be important. We'll keep you posted, as Brock said, about that on Twitter. Thanks a lot for joining us here on GrainTV, though, for a Wednesday. We'll see you back tomorrow for the export sales report.